Hello! Today we're going to talk about pointers. There will actually be another segment on pointers later that you can make that are bigger, but these pointers I'm going to talk about today are small pointers that you can make or find and use during calendar time, during small group time. Students can use them to read and follow along. You can play games with them, and you can also have students use them at centers. The first thing I have is my bucket. I have these buckets around. And actually on this it says pointers and transitions. I usually like to keep them separate, but I do put pointers in this bucket, and I have several of these around the classroom so I can just grab them if I'm on the other side of the room and I need it. So the first pointers I'm going to talk about are pencil pointers or pen pointers. Anything that you have that you think is cute. So the first ones that I really like to do are just pencils, and they look like this. And you just get a pencil. You can do holidays. These are apples, Halloween, or just a smiley face. And you just put a eraser on the end of it. These are cheap pointers. And so students can use these to point at different things. You can also use them to do the calendar, and depending on the theme you're doing. These are pens that no longer work that I thought were neat, and so I kept them. This is a crown pen, so for your girls, if they want to do princess things. This is a flower pen if you're doing anything with flowers. Here is a feather pen. This one's kind of a fun pen. He actually opens his mouth. You can get these at any education store. And then here's I live in Oklahoma, so here is a corn pen. You can also use this one to highlight words. If you're doing like a daily message, you can highlight different words or letters that you see. Some other fun pointers I like to use are finger pointers. So, depending on the theme that I'm doing or what's going on in my classroom, here's a raccoon. You can get these also at any education store. If I'm doing insects and bugs, I could do a grasshopper pointer, and the students love these. Here is a fly pointer. Here's a ladybug pointer if I'm talking about maybe the very grouchy ladybug, or again, insects and spiders. And then here is another insect. I also like to get these at Halloween time because these students can use all the time. And if you walk around and you say, please point to the letter A, and everybody has to be pointing to it, you can find really quickly. And you can leave these on their desks in little containers and they can grab them. Sometimes they have green ones, so those are the ones. And then these are just fun little pointers that they wear on their fingers and can point to things. Pointers help you assess children a lot too, and they help you be creative. Straws. These are Halloween straws, but they're great pointers. Remember, these are small pointers again. This is a pointer that I had found it was a magnet on my grandma's refrigerator. So she let me have it. I thought it was neat. It was a little fly swatter, so I can also swat at letters or words that we find. These are just made, very easy to make. They're on popsicle sticks, and then you just glue little felt or styrofoam things to the top of them. Again, these can be themed pointers. They're bigger. You can get these little things at Wal-Mart, or Micheals or Hobby Lobby. And here's a jack-o'-lantern one, a candy corn one, and a very grouchy ladybug. So you can also retell with these, but use them as pointers. You can also just buy pointers that look like this if you want to just use small pointers. I also found these at Micheals. These are actually pins. I don't use them as pins, and this is a highlighter. I actually use them as pointers. I don't even know if the students can tell that that's what they are. You can also use a maraca depending on what you're talking about, and as you point, it makes noise. And then I have my felt finger puppets that I use that I really, really enjoy, and my students like these too. Here is my turtle one. And I like to talk about him when we're obviously doing the letter T. I use him. I like to use whatever letter I was doing, a lot of that. And so here's my turtle pointer. You can also use these as getting children's attention, and they can be your little thing that comes out, at your carpet time. Here's a king for the letter K pointer. I used him a lot. You can also stick little sticks on the end of them and make them longer. Here's an elephant for the letter E pointer. And then here's a very grouchy ladybug pointer. And again, I just stick my pointers in the container, and they're all ready for me to go when I'm ready to use them. So Make these, have fun, use pointers. Your students are going to love them.